everyone, this is Doxy Mom and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done so already, I'd greatly appreciate if you hit that little red subscribe button. You can ring the bell for notifications, and if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Well, Miss Cindy and we're here to bring you the news in 15 minutes or less, so let's get started. Now, Praying Medic, he just put out a wonderful video, and I'll link it down in the pinned comments, but it's about an article that was from Yahoo News where they said that the FBI had identified fringe conspiracy theories as a domestic terrorist threat, end quote. Well, Praying Medic, he tried to contact the writer of the story asking where he could find this FBI bulletin, and well, she never answered him. Then Praying Medic, he just went and did a lot of digging, and he just couldn't find any proof anywhere that the FBI issued this bulletin entitled Anti-Government, Identity-Based, and Fringe Political Conspiracy Theories Very Likely Motivate Some Domestic Extremists to Commit Criminal, Sometimes Violent Activity. What a title. So, Praying Medic, he contacted the FBI, and they sent him an email saying that they could not confirm or deny this. But they included some links with the email, and the first one was with Christopher Wray, where he was testifying before a committee. And Wray said, and I quote, "Our focus is on violence. We, the FBI, don't investigate ideologies, no matter how repugnant. We investigate violence," end quote. Then another link had a DOJ man, and he basically said the same thing, that they don't prosecute ideologies, they prosecute violence. Now, guys, you know, they have to follow our First Amendment rights where we have, you know, the freedom to get together, to assemble, and to have our own ideologies. Now, also, this bulletin, it was not posted on the FBI website. Now, the article about the FBI bulletin published by Yahoo News has a byline saying it was written by Jana Winter, and she credited Michael Isikoff for coming up with the lead. Because Michael Isikoff, well, he is the first one who published the unverified, full of lies, dirty dossier. Now, Praying Medic, he says he can't conclusively prove that this document is a forgery, but it has some major problems. So, in my humble opinion, they made this whole thing up, and I'm going to tell you why. To dissuade people from following our favorite anon, number 17, Q. Now, I remember when I very first read about this bulletin, and I just kind of dismissed it because I didn't have any fear or panic about it, and you know what? It just wasn't going to keep me from telling the truth. So, you can make up your own minds, but I know how I feel about this possibly fake document. Then Praying Medic goes on to talk about the war against 8chan, and because Q, you know, he posts on 8chan, and 8chan, well, they're working on getting their site back up and running, and one where it cannot be attacked in the future. So also stay away from any 8chan until you get the word from Ron at CodeMonkeyZ on Twitter, and I'll keep you posted. Now, Fox News is reporting that for 9 weeks, people have been protesting in Hong Kong because they want more freedom, greater democracy, and they want Hong Kong's top leader to resign. Now, the central government in Beijing, they've condemned the protest and accused the United States of helping to fuel the unrest. This is terrible. And, of course, you know what the U.S. says? Those claims are ridiculous, and they absolutely are. But, guys, let's just pray for Hong Kong, and I'll leave a link in the pinned comments below. Now, I got a question for you. Has George Walker Bush flipped? And is he working with the White Hats? Well, that's a question, isn't it? Well, if you follow Kellyanne, she's now Kellyanne Boatwright. She was Kellyanne Hubbard. She has just put out a very long video on Drop Space, and I'll link it. And it's putting together where she believes that George Bush Jr. has flipped, and she shows all these ways that the deep state are communicating with each other because they know that the NSA is watching and listening to everything. And you know, Kellyanne, well, God has just given this lovely lady a gift with these numbers, and she just does some incredible work. Now, she also believes that 107 is JFK Jr., and on Twitter, she believes that Vincent Kennedy and John F. Kennedy Jr., the Kennedy with 3 N's, that those are also being run by JFK Jr. Now, guys, I'm not confirming or denying. You can make up your own minds because, like Kelly says, we're in a matrix where we've been lied to our entire lives, and the bad guys have just fed us their narrative, so we should question everything, and I totally agree. Now, speaking of fake news, LT put out a Serial Brain 2 video on his YouTube channel, and we know, and I'll link it, and this is about Jeffrey Epstein's suicide. But first, he talks about how the U.S. and North Korea, when they got together and had those talks and they failed, that CNBC, the Wall Street Journal, Vice, Rolling Stone, ABC, and others started reporting that Kim Jong-un executed his top officials since they failed to make a deal with the United States. So, the news wants you to believe that our president is friends with a murderer. Now, here's the problem. The story was fake. And LT, he explains in his video, goes into all of this about, you know, how the main leader, well, he is still alive and kicking. Then, on August 10th, President Trump tweets, "Never has the press been more inaccurate, unfair, or corrupt!" exclamation point. We are not fighting the Democrats. They are easy. We are fighting the seriously dishonest and unhinged lamestream media. They have gone totally crazy. Make America great again. And LT says that, you know, the president, well, LT thinks that, not the president, LT thinks that Epstein and Serial Brain 2 think that Epstein he's fine, he's alive, and he brings up that the deep state tried to kill Epstein 2 weeks ago in his jail cell, and the White Hats, well, they knew that the deep state would try to keep on, you know, coming after Epstein, and so the White Hats, well, they've got him protected somewhere, and he's alive, and I'll leave a link. Now, Maria Bartiromo on Sunday Futures says that the apprehensions at the borders are dropping. Thank you, Jesus. That on May, it was 144,278, June, 104,344, and July, 82,049. So, with Mexico and Guatemala's help, less people are coming through, but we're still in crisis mode, and we're building the wall every day, so this is wonderful. Now, Steve Bannon, he was on, and he said that the Mexican military is at the northern border to stop the cartels, because this is all about the cartels. The cartels control the border on the Mexican side, and President Trump, he's trying to break the backs of the cartels. So, guys, we've got to pray that this is going to happen because it's the cartels are bringing drugs into our country, and they're involved in this human and child trafficking, which is horrible. Then Maria moves to trade and deals with Europe and the USMCA, and Bannon says that the elites in this country have basically deindustrialized our country, and all to the effort of lowering the wages of American workers. And guys, he is right. President Trump is going to deal with these other countries to make them fair. He wants fair trade deals with everybody because all these countries, they've been ripping us off for years, and that is going to stop. Because Trump is protecting the workers, he's protecting the little guys, he's protecting us. So thank you, Jesus, for President Trump. Now, good news, Maria brings up that the powers that be in Hollywood will not be putting out that movie, The Hunt, where the elites were hunting down Trump supporters. So Bannon says that in this environment, to put a film out like this shows the irresponsibility of Hollywood. And if Trump hadn't stood up and called them out, well, they would have put this movie out, and who knows what would have happened. So I'm just happy to hear that they scrapped it, and thank you, Jesus, right? Now, Representative Tulsi Gabbard, the Democrat from Hawaii, is speaking out against big tech, saying that big tech monopolies power over our public discourse, threatens our freedom of speech and the fairness of our elections, and that's why she's suing Google. And then, of course, we know Devin Nunes, he is suing Twitter. So Maria had Peter Thiel on, who wants the FBI to investigate Google and their relationship with China and the Chinese military. Thiel says that the crown jewel of Google is the AI technology, and it has many military applications. And Google, well, they have worked with both U.S. military and China military, and China is putting military bases all over the world. They're bullying ships in the South China Sea, and they want to become the largest superpower military in the world. Well, Thiel says that AI is helping with cyber warfare and tracking people in China. So Google walked away from the U.S. and started working with China. So Thiel wants the FBI or the CIA to look at what Google is doing around the world, and I hope that someone is looking into what they're doing here at home, like election interference and biased search results. Well, and I'll leave a link. Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I'm Doxy Mom, and until next time, God bless you all.